Welcome everyone to today's live stream, which is episode 9 of our Baldur's Gate 3 Barbarian gameplay series. Manager Vaughn, I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, on some admin notes, sorry for the late start today. Steam was being Steam. Normally when we get a patch, I don't have to update to the patch, I can just continue playing. But this time it wouldn't let me open the Larian launcher until I updated to patch 9 and then went into Steam and went to betas and selected to play patch 8. So I had to basically download patch 9, patch the game, and then download patch 8 and patch the game back to the original. So it was a bit strange. I haven't had that happen before, so took a while to do that. That was 70 gigabytes worth of download or so, give or take. So took a while to download and do the patch. So apologize for that. But because of that, the elephant in the room is now patch 9 is out and active. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of streamers jumping into the patch 9 content and playing the new class, which is the Paladin class, as we expected. Again, that doesn't affect our playthrough. We're focused on the Barbarian on this playthrough. We're more than halfway through this playthrough, I think, so we're not going to jump into patch 9 to do that, to focus on the Paladin. However, what I wasn't expecting was a level cap increase to level 5. Level 5 is quite a big deal for your spellcasters because it gives you access to level 3 spells. And level 3 spells they're just awesome. You get the quintessential fireball spell, and with Gale's ability to create safe zones around your party members, that spell can be really, really powerful. You also get the fly spell. You get, like I say, I'm not going to go through the whole list here, but a bunch of very nice spell casting buffs and abilities, as well as getting things like a second attack and that sort of things for your martial classes. So there are a bunch of things that come with level 5 that would be really nice to go through with this playthrough. But again, I think we're more than halfway through this playthrough. And I don't want to have to go through and spend a significant amount of time to get us back to where we are right now with patch 9. So I think we're going to continue on with patch 8. And then we will probably jump into we will jump into patch 9 on our next playthrough. And we'll see what your comments give us to decide for a class to play. Maybe it will be Paladin, maybe it will be one of the new races, maybe it'll be a gnome, maybe it'll be a bard or something else. So we'll get more in depth into that once we get closer to the end of this live stream. But for now, I think the too long didn't read version of it is we're going to stick with patch 8 and continue on with this playthrough. So for our recap, at the end of last episode, we got into combat in the Zentrum basement because of our dialogue choices and because of convincing the Zentrum to give us the chest they were guarding. We didn't have a whole lot of options except to kill everyone in the basement. So wasn't what I had planned on, but it was a new way of doing the playthrough, which is always kind of what I try and showcase. So today what we're going to do is we're going to pick up right where we left off in the Zentrum basement, and we're going to get a quick glimpse into the Underdark, and then we're going to continue on down to the Sunlit Wetlands and down to deal with some of the quests down there, as well as Auntie Ethel / the Hag, and we'll get into that entire quest line and see how we do. So without further ado, let's just jump right in here, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we go. We have unlocked the winch. So what we're going to do is, I guess first, find out who's encumbered. Okay, Astarion is encumbered. So we will move some of this stuff off of him that we picked up. Get him down to a carry weight that we can manage. So, okay, so without further ado, we'll take this elevator down. Okay, and we found the Zentrum storehouse, which is down here in the Underdark.
A dangerous place to stock goods, even for a Zent.
So, there are a bunch of things that we can search down here. This is their secret storehouse. So we'll go through and do all of our searching down here. And we do have a chest right off the bat that we will have a Astarion lockpick. Can't fail this except for the nat 1. Okay, get all these low rolls out of the way. I need some good rolls later on today.
Where am I needed? Just a peek.
Okay. We'll just have him take all of this. More camp supplies. Okay, and we do have another heavy chest down here. Okay, so Astarion was successful here in perceiving that it is trapped. So we'll disarm it first. Got a 15 DC, so we are going to add in our guidance bonus here. Nice roll. .31's gotta like those rolls. Now we'll lockpick it. Okay. And we'll take a look here. We got a scroll of false life and a scroll of speak with the dead. Don't need the torches. Have him take all of that. We'll start searching over here. Okay, we'll actually pick those up with Will, or yeah, because Astarion doesn't need any more of them, so just end up selling them. And more camp supplies. Okay, and we have another chest over here for Astarion.
The hells was that? Better not get buried down here.
Okay.
A crooked touch.
That's a warning for stuff you're going to be dealing with later on, but just not right now. Okay, gonna pass this roll as well.
Sharp as ever.
Okay, and then continuing on down here, we have some camp supplies that we can send off.
Fungal spores. Is a little blood mist too much to ask for?
Okay, and we do have another locked chest here that we will send.
More are coming. They're coming. They're coming.
Careful. If we can hear it, perhaps it can hear us.
They are coming. You are coming.
Okay, I've never run into that cutscene before. Always something new, it seems.
Don't linger.
But yeah, we will deal more with that when we get into the Underdark proper.
Skeleton key.
We're just not going to do that now.
A hero at heart.
Okay, just some arrows. For Astarion. And we're going to continue our searching here. Because there is a lot of stuff to go through down here. So it is very worthwhile to come down here. Don't need the torches. Got a lot of poisons here. So I think we'll start utilizing those as much as we can. Because we do seem to be getting a lot of them. A whole lot of them. Okay. Alright, and I think these two I need to search here. And these have already searched.
Best foot forward.
Okay. More camp supplies. Don't need the torches. And nothing there. Now, we do have a way that we can drop down here. We can climb down this rope netting. Which will get us to a way that we can explore the Underdark. So this is one of the many ways into the Underdark. We just won't be doing that. We will not be going that way. So don't forget to grab these chasm creepers that are around here. And I know there's one here, and I can't remember if there's another one over here. Doesn't look like it. We'll check around the sides here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there anymore. So that clears out all of the searching down here. So we're going to head back up to the Zentrum basement and head back out to Joaquin's Rest, because we do need to finish up something in Joaquin's Rest. We have cleared out the Zentrum basement. You can see from our map that we've explored everything down here. So we are just going to, instead of walking our way through all of this, we're going to head back out to Joaquin's Rest here.
Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken.
We're going to hop in here and we're going to toggle the group and head back in here real quick.
With haste.
Because we need to deal with this gilded chest, and I don't know why I brought my Barbarian in here. We will take Astarion in to deal with this.
Yes, let's.
Remember the gilded chest? We jumped into the burning room, we picked it up, and then jumped back out of the room and then dropped it out of our inventory, because it is very heavy, so you don't want to carry it around. Okay, so we've got a 20 DC here. We're definitely going to add in our guidance. Not a problem. We've got plenty of thieves' tools. There we go. Okay, so we've got some gold, got some camp supplies, and we have the Hamarhraft. So we're going to send this to Dorval for now, and we can make our way out of here.
Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of inventory cleanup here.
So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Get rid of some of these items. That greatsword needs to stay. So, Hamarhraft. Now what Hamarhraft does is it gives you a... It is a heavy weapon, so first of all, so it does work with my Great Weapon Master feat that I took. And it is the same base damage as the Great Sword or the Maul. It's 2d6, so it's a very powerful weapon in and of itself. It does not have the 1d4 fire damage, so that's something that you miss out on. However, it does have a very interesting feature called Shockwave. So if you have this weapon equipped, whenever you jump, you're going to deal 1d4 thunder damage in a 3-meter radius around you whenever you land. So it's really interesting how it works. Also, it has a perk called Tenacity, which is basically, even if you miss, you're going to deal a flat 3 bludgeoning damage, which is really nice for a Barbarian because it allows you to deal damage no matter what, whether you miss or whether you hit, and that can keep your frenzy going in situations where you might miss because of our Great Weapon Master feat, and we aren't dealing damage, so our frenzy ends. So this is a very valuable weapon for us. I'm actually going to change over to it for a while and utilize it because I'd like to test out the thunder ability, the thunder wave ability. I've used it once before in a playthrough, but not very much, and I'd like to try and focus on it more here because I am going to be dashing and jumping and that sort of stuff a lot more to be able to get into range to deal damage with my Barbarian to keep my frenzy going. So having that is I think going to be, you know, fairly beneficial to be able to do damage with the jump that I'm going to be utilizing. So we're going to change over to it and test it out, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. So we finished up Joaquin's Rest. You can see from our map we've cleared it all out. So now we're gonna not head toward the Githyanki Patrol. We're going to open this area up a little bit, but we're not going to head down there. We are going to head back to the Blighted Village, and we're going to head out the south side of the Blighted Village toward the Sunlit Wetlands and continue down in this area here. So, but for now, like I say, we are going to open up these areas up here. So we'll just move slowly around here. And you can see down here, this is where the Githyanki Patrol quest is, or encounter is.
Look at that beast. Seems almost too big to take flight.
Okay, so you can see the shadow of the dragon.
It would be too much to hope that's nothing to do with us, wouldn't it?
Blasted worm. Where did it come from?
Okay, so we got an autosave because you are getting close to that encounter. But we're just going to open it up real quick so that we can see it on the map. And we're going to continue on. So, don't think there's anything up here. We'll go check it out anyway. No, doesn't appear to be. Holding Alt, nothing shows as being available, so we're going to group back up. And we're going to head down to the Blighted Village again. And now we are going to head south. Is out this way. We've already opened up this area down here, but we're going to follow this path down.
Can't afford to stay idle.
A hero at heart. Looking ahead. If not over, then through.
Let's make sure... Okay, so Will does have his armor class up to where it needs to be, and this is where we had the encounter with Auntie Ethel and the two brothers. So this is listed as the Sunlit Wetlands. So looks like a fairly pretty place. Those of you who have been through the playthroughs previously know better. So we have some camp supplies. And okay.
A chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
Okay, so we're going to try an investigation check here. The DC 20. We have no bonuses. Okay, we're not going to roll again on a DC 20.
Sense of calm. You can't see anything strange.
Okay, I don't know as if that intelligence check has been there previously or not either. It's interesting. Okay, but we do have a way that we can get down here. But we're going to continue over this way. Because I don't remember a DC 20 intelligence check to get us there. So if you've seen, we failed that investigation check, but the Sunlit Wetlands is not really the Sunlit Wetlands. It's really a swamp that's been corrupted by the hag. We just can't see it. It's under an illusion right now. So what you need to be aware of is when you're walking around through the water areas, you can get poisoned in a way. And we're going to be trying to make our way down here to the Twisted Tree. So you need to be careful when you're walking through the water that you kind of stick to the shallow areas and you don't wander off of those. Okay, something like that. And if you have your characters in formation, they can very easily walk
Careful,
off
I might.
of that path.
Be careful.
See?
There are traps about.
You find these spike traps that are out there in the deeper water. And that's what you want to avoid. So be careful when you're walking through water and keep to the shallow parts of it. So you can avoid those spike traps because they will poison you, and if you don't have a lesser restoration or a cure for poison, you're going to have a bad day. Just be aware of that. You can explore in there. You just need to be able to pass the perception checks to be able to find the spike traps so you don't step on them. So there is more here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Astarion here. And we're going to... I don't think that there are any spike traps in this section over here. But we're going to cast Guidance anyway and take short movements. Kind of walk our way through this area here.
Watch the shadows.
Okay, so nothing over here. There is a stuffed bear. And there's a note here. Nothing in it. I haven't found a use for the stuffed bear, but I always pick it up because you just never know if there's going to end up being a use for the stuffed bear at some point. So yeah, just like I thought, there aren't any spike traps in this area here. So we're going to group everybody back up in here. And if you click on the barb bush, you have to pass a saving throw or else you'll get poisoned. So we're not going to do that. We're going to continue heading down this way.
One day I'll catch a break.
And we come across this campsite here. Now holding alt, you see a whole bunch of stuff. So a half-eaten apple still is camp supplies.
In their choice of campsite as us.
So we'll go ahead and pick all these up. We'll search the pouch.
What kind of creature could have caused so much damage?
Okay, we have some more camp supplies. Alright. Send all of these to camp. We've got a bedroll here. We have a loot. And some more camp supplies.
Played at the ready.
Will's got a lyre on his back, I think. He does. So I'm going to put the loot on his back. Actually, you know, I think I like the lyre better. Yeah, the lyre's a little shorter. Less obtrusive. Go pick up the half-eaten apple and check these backpacks. A scroll of charm person is nice. Scroll of detect thoughts and the agate. Okay, and that's... Okay, so we did find the dirt mound here. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what we've got. So, bunch of camp supplies. And a ring that he'll pick up. And the rest of it will just go to camp. Okay.
Anything of use?
And we can take a look at this crate. I think we already did. That backpack we'd already done as well. And we can continue to head down around this area here. And now we get to, we have a quest marker out here. The Twisted Tree, if you remember, and while we're here, find the missing shipment is completed. We made enemies of the Zentrum before we could complete the mission, so that basically completed itself. But the Investigate Kagha quest, when we opened her chest, there was a note that mentioned a meeting in the swamp. So what is she up to? And that's what gave us this quest marker out here, so that's what we're going to go deal with now. So we're going to move over here, we're going to jump over here to this area. Wow, that's pretty cool. When he landed, he did that. He did the lightning damage. That's pretty cool.
Need to find a way forward.
So we do have a wooden trunk over here we can search. Nothing in it that we need. And there's nothing out here. We can come over to here. And we can again jump across. Okay, now here we are going to put everybody into sneak mode. So we're going to toggle hide, and we're going to slowly move our way up here. Okay. We're going to have Will bring out his companion. We're going to bring out the imp. Okay, and we're going to make sure that the imp is hidden. Now we're going to break our group. And we're going to get everybody in position here. Because we start to see some enemies. You can see that we have some mud Mephits. We also have some Woads. Now you can see that they're under regeneration right now. Whenever they stand on the twisting vines, they're going to be able to regenerate. They regenerate a lot of hit points. So that effect lasts for a while after they're done. So it's something that they're going to be regenerating hit points. So you need to do a lot of damage to them in a short amount of time to keep them from regenerating. So they are your primary targets, but the Mephits are spellcasters also, which can get very, very hectic. So we're going to, first of all, pay attention to these detection cones. And we're just going to move our Barbarian up here behind the stump. And we're going to slowly, one at a time, move everybody here and climb up these knotted roots to get them up here on top. Okay, and make sure they stay out of those detection cones. And we're just going to, like I say, temporarily move them kind of out of the way over here. Okay. And last is going to be Will. We want them to have the high ground. Okay, and we do want the Mephit up here as well. For now. We will fly him down there and get him into combat once we go. But for now, they're kind of out of the way.
Bit of caution, never.
And we want to initiate this with Astarion. We're going to get off a sneak attack. Hopefully he gets a really good initiative roll. And then we can move people around as need be. We certainly want to get rid of these Mephits, but we want to prioritize the Woads, and they are melee based, so they're going to want to climb up here or come up this way to reach us.
I have
So
to survive this.
that's what we're going to do here, is initiate this with Astarion. You'll see that Astarion, he's hidden, so he has a sneak attack advantage here that he can get off. So we're going to I think we're going to attack one of the mud Mephits first. They can spawn other mud Mephits as well. So I think what we'll do here is get an almost guaranteed kill out of this and eliminate one of them, and then we'll get the Woads moving toward us and try and take them out as they approach. Okay, so they are surprised. So they rolled really high initiative. You see they rolled a 20 initiative, but they are surprised. So I don't have advantage against them. But a regular ranged attack is going to have about a 50% chance to get a kill here. So I think we're going to try that here. Yeah, same thing. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll get our imp into the fight. We'll have him just come down here. See if we can get close enough to this Mephit here that we can get an attack off. And we can. Okay. Good. So that gets our Mephit into the attacks now. So here we can get Will. I'm not entirely sure that Will is going to have the range here, but we'll see. Okay, so he does. Okay, so we're just going to throw out an Eldritch Blast here on this Mephit. And he got a crit. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so almost all the Mephits are down. We've got one left here. And I'm not going to be able to really deal with that, because I do want to go after the Woad here. So I'm going to try and get close enough so I'm not standing in the twisting vines. We're going to try and move around here. Okay, so we can get a hit off. But again, we didn't dash, and we don't have any of the bonuses from lightning charges. So I don't know if dash is going to put me in combat here. It's not. Okay, so yeah, dashing like that, not in combat, doesn't give me lightning charges. So we'll just go ahead and do a reckless attack here. Okay. And now we're back to Astarian's turn. And we are going to have Astarian hide. We're going to have him dash. And we're going to get him kind of down here into this area. Because being hidden gives him the advantage. Gives him advantage against a target. So we want to keep him hidden throughout this next turn.
I need to concentrate.
Okay, and then we can get up here
Better tread carefully.
and move Shadowheart in and just get off. I think we'll probably just go with the guiding bolt here. Actually, I do want to cast Bless. He's going to have to move all the way down there to get Bless off. And I'd prefer not to do that. So does she have a scroll of Guiding Bolt? She does. So we'll just go ahead and get that off, because this is going to give advantage if it hits. Good. That's going to give advantage to Astarian for sneak attacks regardless of whether or not he's hidden or not. So now we're going to end Astarian's turn. Okay. So now Astarian can move out here. We're going to dash, just so we get the extra movement. I come out here and we're going to get off a sneak attack against this Mephit, and this should kill it. Perfect. Okay. Now he's going to use his second bonus action to hide. Gonna move back around here and he's gonna hide again. Okay. Yeah, and I think we're gonna end his turn there. Okay. So now my Barbarian can frenzy. Okay. That used our bonus action, so we can't jump or anything like that. But I've got only a 25% chance to hit. My reckless attack, I'm up to 44%. That's going to give him advantage against me. But he's already used his turn. Okay. So that worked out well.
Dark Lady, help me strike true.
And now, Shadowheart. You can see the Woad regenerated. So it's not worth it spending spell slots against him. Okay, we'll just get off some attacks. Go to Will. Will is going to Hex. It's going to Hex Strength. And now an Eldritch Blast. Look at all that damage. And now our Imp. Come in and try and get off a Sting. Okay, and that missed. So now this Woad's going to get a chance here to regenerate. Okay, not any very big damage. So think we're going to try and get him, so we're going to dash again. We're going to get him into a position over here where he can see this Wood. And he's got advantage, so we're going to try and make this hit here. So I think what we're going to do instead... Okay, now let's see if we can get our sneak attack in here. Was a crit. Oh, what is he down to? 1 hit point? Oh, killing me, Smalls. Okay. So I can just jump here. Okay, and that was going to be a guaranteed kill. Okay, and I think I'll dash.
Have to keep going.
Okay. Alright, and I think that's good enough for now. So we'll get off another cantrip. Again, it's not with his regeneration, it's not worth wasting anything else on him. So now we'll get off another Eldritch Blast. Crit. Nice. Okay. So, that worked out well.
Hello again.
So we'll bring Astarion back around here. Do some quick searching. Okay, got some good stuff here. Those are all going to go to Will. And we picked up Sparkle Hands. We'll talk about those here in a second. The Woodwoads do have a Twisting Branch Light Club. It's just not worth anything. What we are going to do is cast Guidance.
Maya, towards you.
And we're going to come across here.
That seems to be Kagha's tree. And the Shadow Druid's mark.
Okay, and right here there's a wooden crevice we can reach into. And there's a letter to Kagha. Okay, so when you read this, basically says that that Kagha's working with the Shadow Druids, and she is going to become the first Druid of the Emerald Grove once the rite is complete, and that's why they're doing it. That's why she's promoting it, is just so that she can.
Kagha's more interesting than I give her credit for.
Just so that she can take over the grove.
With her,
And that's
don't you
it.
think?
So now we know fully what Kagha's deal is here. And an organic shield, which is we're selling. Okay, and the Mephits aren't going to have anything, but holding alt. See that they're all empty. Okay, and we will bring everybody down here and group up again.
All right. What now?
Okay, now since we are going to take a short rest, and we do have a Warlock spell slot available, we're going to cast Armor of Agathis. Okay, and now we're going to take our short rest. Get some of those hit points back.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Okay, and we can group everybody back up. Alright, so we can venture around the rest of this little area here. There's not a whole lot left except for another chest down here, or another trunk down here. Okay, some more thieves' tools. Craft disarm kit again. Astarian doesn't need any more of those. Okay, and you can kind of see some more areas here that we're going to be venturing into here in a second. So now we can make our way back. Try and avoid getting caught in the twisted vines. Don't know if I searched that base or not. Okay, so we're going to just come out here and jump our way back across. Okay, and here, jump back across. It's so interesting when he lands now. And we're going to continue along this area here. Holding Alt periodically. Now we're going to get back up to the area where we were, which was right here. Okay, and again, want to be careful when you're walking through some of these areas. Oh, that's really interesting.
Best avoid that trap.
Okay, so yeah, you can see there's another spike trap right here. And some of these, like I say, are so close that your formation, your little diamond formation that it gives you here, can trigger that. I do like the old days when you were able to pick your formation type. It was rather interesting. But this is also rather interesting. Because we don't know that this is a swamp, you see sheep here. That's pretty good. They're not sheep. They're in disguise, so to speak. Yeah, and you can see the juicy apple is poison for 10 turns. Okay? That's where you're gonna start giving you some clues here that things aren't what they seem in the sunlit wetlands here. So you'll see that a lot, where you have poisonous apples sitting around. Okay. So we'll continue around this way and just open up more of the map. We do have some stuff that we can search here. Another trap disarm kit. More camp supplies. Oh, he drank it.
My way.
Poor souls.
This game sometimes.
Be you ready. Whoever or whatever did this could be close.
That's interesting. So it's doing dialogue based upon stuff that we can't see. Okay, so everybody failed the perception for the dirt mound. It's here. Okay, so the waypoint's right there for what's listed as the Riverside Teahouse. Now you can see we've got some dead bodies here. We're going to break our group. Take a look here. So we do have some gold. We have a cleaver and some camp supplies. But we can also see if speak with the dead works.
disregards you lifelessly.
Wasn't a sheep. Don't drink the water. Heard not real. Gotta get Irina back for man. Far out by Baldur's Gate.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Okay, there was a lot of background noise going on with that. But you did find out that he wasn't killed by sheep. So again, some little additional clues here that things aren't what they seem. We'll speak to his brother here.
Kill the hag. Looked so innocent. The teeth. With pitchforks. Stupid. Apples. So red. So delicious, but she's scared she won't be a good mom, but she will. I know it. The note.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Okay, so we learned some more there, and you learned about the apples if you hadn't learned it already. These apples here are good. They're listed as camp supplies, and we have the note. Okay. So, she says that she owes it to Connor to make things right, and she's going to the hag. So, if you don't already know that Auntie Ethel is a hag, you know it now. Because she's out here. The brothers came out here to try and find her, and it's led them down this path. So, Gandrel's going to be interesting. I've never played the playthrough here with Astarion in the party before. So, this might be interesting, because I think this is going to trigger a guaranteed fight with Gandrel. So I think I'm going to hide everybody, I'm going to split the group, and I'm going to take Will. I'm going to unhide him. Whoops. Going to unhide Will and just move him up here and go talk to Gandrel and see if this triggers a fight.
Ah, a fellow wanderer. Forgive the aroma.
You catch a waft of something foul, metallic, and sickly sweet.
Powdered iron vine. Most monsters will think twice before making a meal of me. An old hunter's trick. If you can't mask your scent, spoil it. Today, the same as you. A humble supplicant, come to bargain with the lady of this house. That is why you came to her lair, I take it. To bargain. A more innocent name than some I could call her. But it is what she is that ought to concern you. Her kind have hidden among us since the first darkness. And their knowledge is matched only by their spite. Know how to ask, and they'll share that knowledge. If you're fool enough to pay their price. A powerful friend, a terrible foe. That I cannot decide for you. For my part, I need her knowledge. The thing I hunt has gone to ground. If she can tell me how to flush him out, I'll pay whatever price she asks. Truth is like a blade, my friend. We can arm ourselves with it, or just as easily find it pressed against our throat. I would not put you in danger.
Okay, so we do have some options here. So I think since I get +2 from Intimidation, I'll go this way. The DC of 20, though. I do have a Scroll of Charm person, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Wow, good roll.
You take insult where none is intended, my friend. But fine. I won't add to it. I hunt a vampire spawn called Astarion. I'm bound to bring him back to Baldur's Gate, alive. Though I cannot swear to his condition once my tribe are done with him. Is he known to you? You do know him? I don't suppose you'll tell me where he is.
Now, this is interesting. I've never tried tell him how to find your camp. I'm not entirely sure I want to give up Astarion like that anyway. But that might be an interesting option to play out at some point on my own just to see what happens.
As you say. Then I must redouble my efforts and pray my delay costs no more lives.
Okay. So holding Alt up here, we have a backpack, but it's his. It's marked as steel. So it did not trigger an automatic combat. But I think if you bring Astarion up here in your group and talk to him, it's an automatic combat. I believe. But we can see that Shadowheart has some stuff she wants to say.
I would have wished to live in more interesting times.
Speaking truthfully, I'm a little surprised you chose to shield Astarion. Very strategic of you, actually. Hopefully keeping him in our midst proves to be the lesser risk.
And then I don't know if talking to Astarion now.
Need something?
No. When you talk to him at camp, you will get an additional dialogue option, but not right now. So, alright, so we're going to continue up this way just to open up some more of the map. You can see we have an area down here. It has some boxes in it, that sort of stuff. That we can look at. We also have an adult frog over here. So let's break this group and we'll go with Astarion. Cast Guidance. And see if there are any traps as we go through here. I don't think that there are, but I'll take it slow just to be on the safe side. Okay, so nothing else out here. Now the adult frog, there is a traveler's chest over here. Okay, just some more gold in it. Now the adult frog you can't, if you have speak with animals, you can talk to it. And it's kind of, well, addled, as the name implies. It's a little bit crazy. It's acting a little bit strange right now. And then once you clear out Auntie Ethel and the spell surrounding the swamp drops out, then the frog will regain its senses, and you can talk to it, and it will give you or lead you to a reward that is stashed over there. So, looking around up here at the Teahouse, you can see that we have a well. You're able to interact with it, and you can. What that does is grants you what looks to be some temporary hit points. However, once you get into the fight with the hag, those hit points turn out to be a lie, and anybody who drank the water from the well becomes weakened, and you get debuffed at that point. So it's not something that you want to do. It's an easy way to get fooled. But for now, we're gonna skip it, and we're gonna head up here to the main entrance to the Teahouse, and this is going to start a cutscene here.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for two, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all. You'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young man.
Okay. Interesting.
How shocking. Another barbarian with all brawn and no brains. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door. But I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again. Keep your own little nose in your own little dish, Petal. I don't like busybodies. Besides, you have bigger problems. That wriggler swimming in your brain juice is a bit of an inconvenience, isn't it? Quicker than you can say yes, Auntie. What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger?
Probably not a great deal, or to take, to go this route.
A devil? Spare me. Blathering windbags in love with the sound of their own voices. I'm the safer bet. Plus, you'll get to keep your soul.
Hags never make a deal that is not beneficial toward them and only them. So...
Good luck with that. But don't you fret, Petal. I'm sure you'll make a very pretty mind flayer.
Okay. So,
Come now, Mayrina. Time
what we're going to do here is...
I can just walk into homes now. This
is kind of trigger things off. We're going to take the high ground here. We're going to get everybody up here. Once everybody gets up here. And we're going to break the group.
Where am I needed?
Okay. Then we're going to take our barbarian back down here. We're going to initiate things with my barbarian. So, first we're going to hide everybody else. And we're going to take Will first and reconjure his imp. Okay. And now we're going to
No time to rest.
initiate an attack against Auntie Ethel here.
My faith protects me.
Now we can hide everybody again.
Can't slow down.
And we're going to wait until she gets over here a little bit. Okay, she's not moving very much. So... but we are going to try and get an attack off here. Yeah, because of the Great Weapon Master, we're going to be a severe minus on this first to hit. I could try a reckless attack, and that would bring my to hit up to a 50-50 chance. And I think I might just do that. So as soon as she turns around and starts walking this way, we'll trigger off an attack on her. I don't want her to get too far up here because I don't want her detection cone to bring everybody up here out of hiding again. But I want her to be in range of the rest of my party when this starts. Come on, Auntie Ethel. Let's go. Come this way, please. Alright, here we go. She within sight? She might be within sight here. Let's just go ahead and initiate it here.
Blood follows me.
Okay, so the spell is now broken around the Sunlit Wetlands. You can now see that it's a swamp. Okay. So, oh, interesting. Okay. And you can also see that the sheep were not sheep. They were red caps. And that's what killed the brothers. Okay. So looking at it, you can see that Astarion is in combat, as well as my Barbarian. So I'm going to Frenzy here. Okay. So you can tell which one's Auntie Ethel here. These are the red caps that are outside. So we've got... if I get a reckless attack, it's still at 51%. So let's see what we can do to increase that. Because I'm standing where I am, I'm not going to be able to dash. And, well, maybe I can. But I wouldn't be able to attack on this turn. And I think I want to be able to do that here. So Astarian's going to be next. Okay, so he is able to get off a sneak attack. Okay. And now we can get Shadowheart in here. Actually, let's get Will first. That was not what I wanted to do.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Okay. So I think we'll throw off... I wanted Will not to be in combat yet. So I think what I'm going to do is send my imp out here to block the doorway, so to speak. Okay. Then I'll get Shadowheart just to cast cantrip on Auntie Ethel. Okay. So now everybody's in combat. Auntie Ethel's taken quite a bit of damage, so we're going to go ahead and throw another reckless attack here. And that missed. His turn's over. Astarian has some options here. And if I dash, I don't know if I can make it down there. But we're going to try. I can make it down here. Well, let's do that. And we'll try and get a vampire bite off on her. Okay. And now end her turn. So the red caps are going to dash in here. Okay. What I wanted to have Will do was drop a cloud of daggers here at the door so that they would all have to walk through it. But it looks like I'm going to be... And Auntie Ethel went invisible, looks like. What happened? Yes, she consumed a potion of invisibility. Okay, so I'm gonna move out here. Okay. Now the red cap, this other red cap's gonna move in. And now Will is going to be able to get off his cloud of daggers, but I would have preferred it to go somewhere like right here where everybody's gonna have to walk through it, but that is going to probably kill the imp. If I move it out here so it doesn't hit the imp, then they can avoid walking through it. They can walk around it, which is not ideal. I think what I might do instead... So I can get one there. And I can get one there, so... think I will just try and get all the damage here if I can. See how many hits I can get. Okay, that took a lot of his hit points off. I'm going to reapply strength text. I can't see Auntie Ethel. Can see this red cap here. Okay, now I do have an option here, I think. Oh, I don't, because I changed weapons. If I move, that's going to trigger Auntie Ethel an attack of opportunity, which is going to bring her out of hiding. So I think I am going to do that. Oh, it didn't bring her out of hiding. Okay. So let's go up here and see if we can remove this red cap. Now, can I... Nope, too heavy to throw. Let's go ahead and get a frenzied strike here. Perfect. Okay, and now Astarion. Do the same thing. He's going to cunning action dash. Just so he can get away from any potential backlash from Auntie Ethel here.
Moving.
He should be able to hide here. Yep. And now he's going to get off a sneak attack ranged here on the red cap. Okay. That's going to end his turn, and now the red cap sage outside is going to come in. Okay.
Enjoy playing with your new friends. Bye-bye.
So that's what we wanted to have happen. We wanted to have Auntie Ethel leave the field, and she does that after you cause a certain amount of damage. She will then take off, and that's exactly what we wanted to have happen. So what we want to do is the red cap sage has now got a concentration spell out there, so we want to try and break that. Okay, so he failed his concentration saving throw, so the bloodlust is now gone on this red cap. Okay, and here we can just cast... He's going to want to move down there, which I do not want her to do. Okay. And then the red cap, is going to go after Astarion. Okay. Not a big deal, he passed his saving throw. Good thing we hexed his strength, because it looks like he tried to do... Ironbound Pursuit. Okay. So we tried to do a melee attack against Astarion and missed using Ironbound Pursuit. Okay. So I think now just give me a second. Just going through some options here. I think we are going to do an Eldritch Blast here. Just who's it going to go on to? I think we're going to concentrate on the sage. Now, we'll concentrate on this red cap here. Okay, so big damage from him, which is good. So I think we can now have the Barbarian go after this red cap here.
Very well.
Why is the target too far? Something weird happening with Frenzied Strike. Outstanding. The Barbarian Rage. Okay, and now we'll have Astarion try and... I don't think he can... He doesn't have advantage right now. He can't sneak. He can... Ooh. Let's disengage. Okay, we're going to move around behind him. We're going to hide. And now we're going to do a melee sneak attack from behind. Oh boy. Rogues. I love them. Okay, so some bone cap supplies here. There are some things that we can search out here, but nothing really. We'll take a look at the red caps, a malachite that'll go to Will. And there are a bunch of things to search in here. There's some things marked as steel, but honestly, we don't care. But we do have some good camp supplies. I thought there was 4 red caps, or thought there were 4 red caps. Not sure if there's another one out there or not. We will certainly find out on the way out. Those are actually camp supply apples. More camp supplies. We can search this chest. These will go to Will. Okay. Then we have other items down here. We have a tart that is still a camp supply. We have a plate that's not worth much of anything. These are actually camp supplies. And then sitting up here, we do have a potion of animal speaking. Potion of healing. We have a book here and a potion of greater healing. And the cleaver. Okay, now looking through the rest of the things here. We do have some other camp supplies that we can pick up. Just small things. Tea, I don't know if we can get it. Oh, we can. Okay, and we do have an herb hanger here, but we can't reach it. Okay. So, looking through our inventory again here. Oh, I forgot we needed to go through some stuff. So, let's clear out some of these camp supplies. You can read this book. Talks about Sharians, so it's really interesting backstory type of thing for for Shadow Heart. Alright, gonna go through and remove all these. The camp here real quick. And then we can move that over to Will. The cleaver as well. And now I forgot that we did pick up the sparkle hands. The sparkle hands are a very interesting set of gloves to have, because as long as you have lightning charges, it gives you +1 to strength and dexterity checks. And it also gives you a strength saving throw +1 bonus, as long as you have lightning charges. Now in combat, I should almost always have lightning charges. That's the goal here, because lightning charges help overcome that big negative from the Great Weapon Master feat. So, but the other thing that I have is Reason's Grasp. And what I'm not entirely sure of is, now that I have the temporary hit points, if I remove Reason's Grasp and put Sparkle Hands on there, if that's going to go away or not. I'm not entirely sure. Remember that we also have Fleet Fingers, so once we have those, it becomes an option to swap out to either one of these. Because remember, now that we're jumping, or now that we're dashing all of the time, you can use your bonus action to jump. So your dash here takes your action, but then you can jump as a bonus action without using a bonus action, and you can cause damage when you land. So Fleet Fingers now becomes a little more interesting now that we have the Hamarhraft with us. So let's I think I'm going to change these out and see what happens to our 15 temporary hit points. Okay, so they stay. So once you've got the 15 temporary hit points that go along with this, get rid of them. Swap them out and put something else in its place, because you can keep those 15 temporary hit points. So that's a good thing to know. Okay. So now we can take Will up here, and we can actually go searching back up where we were. Didn't mean to bring him down. Okay. No more camp supplies. A book here talks about the different types of hags, which again, we already know that that Auntie Ethel is a hag. So we're going to come down here. We can search this burlap sack for some poison. And now we'll come out here on the balcony. The balcony has some really good stuff on it, because on here on the table you have some really good camp supplies. You have a potion of greater healing, toad teapot, interesting, and then a letter from M. Okay, so now looking at Will's inventory here, we can send those camp supplies off. A potion of greater healing, we have 2 of them here. So I think we'll start spreading these around a little bit. So we'll give... So Astarion already has one, so yeah, we'll split this. Actually, we won't. I want to leave 2 of them here, because my Barbarian's more than likely going to need that the most. So we can read the letter from M. This is basically saying that that somebody's working with Ethel and talking about the things that are going on around Baldur's Gate, and somebody wants to find out about what's happening out here in this area. And they want Auntie Ethel to basically be a spy for them. So we'll pick up the antitoxin. We'll look at the broken cupboard. Okay. Now we can head back in here and we can head upstairs after we search some more of these barrels. So a bunch more camp supplies. Whoops. Okay, holding Alt. Wispweed bundle here on the table. You can see there's a whole bunch of stuff sitting up here. Okay. So we can just pick all these up. Here's a wooden chest. Another potion of animal speaking. Another potion of greater healing, so he'll take that. And the other potion of speed. There's some really good potions there. Another potion of animal speaking here. More camp supplies and an interesting camp supply, the Nightlight Frond. We're going to learn more about that here in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, there's some pretty good stuff here in Ethel's place. So don't skip out on searching through everything here, because you're going to find some really good potions and that sort of stuff to help you along as you go here. Okay, we have a Teahouse key, which we'll keep. Okay, there's a potion of healing up here. Potion of greater healing here, and then I'm going to come back and search the chest. Okay. So, what's really overloading us is all of these camp supplies here, so we'll just get rid of all these. That should free us up. Okay, the Teahouse key, it doesn't really matter who carries it. We now have 2 potions of greater healing, so we're going to split those. We're going to give another one to Starion. He's got a potion of poison resistance, and that's fine. Doesn't really matter. And he's got one of the potions of animal speaking. Okay. So we're finished up out here, so we're going to bring Will back down here, group everybody up. And we're going to head over here. Now, we can interact with the fireplace. That's going to put the fire out. There are some more camp supplies here. We will immediately send to camp. And now you can see that she broke the illusion that was behind this wall here. So this is the entrance to get into Auntie Ethel's cave. So now you can interact with the stairs here. And it takes you into a new area. Right? So you can kind of look around down in here. Right? And see there's a very interesting room here. And we also got a journal update. So get help from Auntie Ethel. She's confident that she can remove the parasite, but we're obviously not going to be doing that now. But we now have an update to the Save Mayrina quest. So Auntie Ethel waved her hand and teleported Mayrina away. She is a green hag, and the fireplace led into this dark area down here. And then also when we interacted with Gandrel earlier, we met a monster hunter who's looking for him, but we kept our camp location a secret. Okay, or so Gandrel, I mean, is looking for him. So that's an update on all of our quests. So now you can come down here, you can see we've got some non-hostile NPCs down here, it looks like.
I can't have got...
You are as thick as they come, sweetness. This is my personal playhouse, and you don't have an invite. Get out!
Okay, so now we have a full look at what Auntie Ethel really is.
Has that wriggler eaten your brain already? Leave. Or you'll end up in tonight's stew. You'll go nicely with Mayrina. She's already marinating. Ah.
Okay, so again, Auntie Ethel took off, and we're kind of in her little playground area, and there's a bunch of things down here. You can interact with all of these.
My sweet Catelyn, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
So this is kind of an example of how the hags make bargains. Whoever this used to be wanted their beauty to never fade, so they gave them a mirror.
As you edge closer to the mirror, a pale face appears, contorted in fear. Fists slam against the mirror's surface again and again.
So they gave them an enchanted mirror that shows them as a beautiful person all of the time, no matter what they look at, but they're basically trapped in this entire area. Can't do anything, can't leave. So here we have Magran's head.
My darling Magran. She wished for the mind of a genius, but that silly head crushed me.
And that's the punishment that she got. There's a pouch over here. Nothing in it. Okay. Now we get to some rather interesting areas where we can cast Speak with the Dead over here.
Cum mortuis in lingua mortua.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
My family took her, my baby girl, pretending she never existed. Told Ethel, never wanted to see them again. She took my eyes. They didn't like me having something they couldn't touch. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters without baby girl.
Okay. You can interact with the watery eye here.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again.
So the hag took her eyes out and blinded her. Kind of another example of the hag's sick joke.
My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
Okay, so she turned Ephraim to stone. And that halted the disease, all right. Okay. Now up here you see there are 4 whispering masks on the table over here. We'll get to those in a second.
Don't look. Don't!
My gentle Lauren. He wished to know what was to come.
You feel crushing waves of fear as the presence within the door recoils. It can't let people through, not again. Images flash. A man cowering, a bag open at his feet. Gold coins spilling onto the floor. His cries for mercy are cut short as the hag slices into him, removing limb by painstaking limb. She cackles, the man's remaining flesh twisted and contorted, becoming the twisted surface of the door before you. Flee, you feel it cry. Scene appears in your mind. 2 paladins and a cleric marching through the door, shrouded in the glow of the divine. Weapons brandished, they charge into the hag's lair. Screams of terror pierce the air.
You let them in? Naughty. That's a decade for each. You're mine for 30 more years, peddler.
You see an image of blue skies and sunshine as the door shudders a warning. Run.
Okay, so we failed our Arcana check, but we do have an Intimidation check here we can make. It's only a 10 DC. We've got a bonus of 6 plus guidance here. Not a problem.
The door shudders, imagining its wooden frame cracking and splintering in a raging inferno. You see the hag. She walks through the door, its form shimmering. With a jerk, you're pulled from the vision. You feel the presence within shrink, terrified.
Okay.
A thief who tried to steal from Auntie. Now the good little pet guards my home.
And that's the door here. And now you have Lauren. Lauren wanted to see what was to come. So Auntie Ethel showed him.
No, no, don't look. Mustn't look, mustn't see. I see it. What's to come?
You realize there's magic at work. Some type of spell. An illusion.
Me. Dead. Dead. Flesh rotten, bone shining. Lies. Lies. I see it. See truth. See death. All future. Always ask. Never good. Never see. Never. Gods, don't hurt me. Oh, please. Please. Please, please, please. Monster. Monster. For mind dripping, flesh peeling, mind flayer. No. No! Mind flayer! Get away! Get away!
Okay. So he basically sees his own death all of the time. Now you can't supposedly get through the gnarled door, but if you paid attention to what was said during the cutscene, the hag just walks through the door.
Stop. Please.
Okay?
Please.
What that means is that the door's an illusion.
Away. Away.
You can just walk right through it. Okay? So now here,
Don't.
once everybody's in here,
Don't.
Never wanted the easy path.
going to hide everybody here. Because now you're going to see some of the or clues about what those masks were for. You can see that they're wearing the same masks. You see they have a condition called ephemeral whispers. So let's see if we can right click and examine. So ephemeral whispers means that they are being tempted by Ethel's whispers. Basically, they put the masks on and became enthralled to Auntie Ethel. If you put those masks on back there, you can just walk through this room and they're not hostile. However, once you get through the room, you better take them off, or else you are going to be subject to the same ephemeral whispers from Auntie Ethel, and she has a chance to attack or enthrall you during the fight with her. So it's one of those make it through this room without any combat, but if you forget to take it off, then it can lead to problems type of things, or you can just deal with the combat in this room. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take care of the combat in this room, and I'm going to do that by kind of watching where the detection cones are here. For what's happening. So you can see that there's a small window of opportunity to get up here on this high ground and to get all the way to the back of this high ground. Okay, and I'm kind of watching the detection cones because I'm going to split the group here. I'm going to move Astarion up to a point where he's very close to these vines, or these roots, but he's not going to get detected. And I think right here is one of those areas. And if he does get detected, he's got a good chance to roll high on initiative. So I'm going to leave him tucked in here. Okay, so he cannot... Okay, so he can't escape being detected there. Okay. Nope. He didn't make it. Okay. So I'm going to dash... Going to get up here onto the high ground. Okay. Now I'm going to try and hide here. Actually, I'm going to try and move over here and hide. Okay. And now I'm going to kind of move back up here to the corner. See who we have. 4 enemies here. So we have a Lightfoot halfling here who looks like they're melee based. We have a Drow half elf that also looks like they're melee based. We have a tiefling that looks like they're magic based. Then over here we have a ranged based human. Okay, so we want to focus on the ranged and the magic, but I think they're both out of range. Okay, so I think we will end up focusing here just on the Mask of Regret. Actually, let's try and get some other people into combat here. So there might be a way to get us through here without being detected. There's no way to get us around here without being detected. So let's move in here. Nope. Okay. So it's not a big deal that he's down there. He's close to the combat anyway, so I don't think that's much of an issue. So if we assume that the ranger here is going to climb up on top up here, then we want to kind of get Will into a spot where he might not be able to nope, I don't think we're going to be able to. So I think what we do is we just move Will into a spot where he's going to be able to get off an Eldritch Blast on one of these two. Okay. And I think actually I am going to go after the Mask of Vengeance here. So we'll put Will into combat here. Okay, and now we will use Astarian's sneak attack to get a perfect kill there. That was outstanding. Okay, so now we have Shadowheart left. And this detection cone is based around this ranger back here. So there's nothing that we could have done to eliminate it anyway. So not entirely sure that detection cone is right. I think the mud on the ground might be showing it wrong. Okay, but they can cast it on this over here. So now we have left is the imp. The imp is going to fly. Okay, and now the imp is going to go over here and get behind the magic user. Kind of trap them in this corner. And get off a sting. Now, wherever the magic user wants to move, it's going to have to trigger an attack of opportunity with the imp. Okay, so now we can just... we will move Astarian back, and we will end his turn.
Auntie, be kind.
Okay.
This Medicatrix.
Interesting, okay. So, wasn't expecting that. Okay. So you need to deal damage to remove this condition. There's a 60% chance to do it here, or an 88% chance to do it here. So I'm going to take this one. I think what I would like to do... oh, still stuck back there in that corner. So let's Try and move out here. I don't think I have the range to hit all the way back here. I do not. Target's obscured anyway. We'll cast it here. Okay, so that should remove... It did. Oh, it did not. Thought it was going to... I thought that would have removed the Curse of Regret condition. Okay. So, now... Starian's going to dash. Okay. I don't think he's going to have enough movement to get over here, and I don't think he can jump. Yeah, his strength is just too low to jump over there. But what I can do is get close enough over here. Okay. So, trying to get some damage off here. Let's see where he would have to move to be able to make a shot here. So not very far. So let's just move him over here. Can he make a shot from there? He can. Let's see if he can hide. He was unsuccessful at hiding. We're just going to take a shot here. And he missed. Okay. So now my Barbarian's going to have to deal damage here. Oh, he's not frenzied. So we will dash. We will get him over here. And we are going to jump. Okay. So he's got lightning charges now. He has a bonus action. Don't necessarily think I need to frenzy here, but I might as well. Okay. So we'll end that turn, and now we're going to try and get Will into a spot here. Okay, good. Did some big damage there. We'll reapply the Hex just because we can. And we want a Hex Constitution. Okay, so we did pass a saving throw. And now we're going to try and get in here and sting again. Perfect. Okay. Now we can fly. So we're going to get over here and get into a position to be able to help out over here. Because not many other people are going to be able to get into any positions to do anything. We're going to dash. Get him over here. We're going to hide. And now we can do a sneak attack ranged. Okay. And then our Barbarian is just going to go ham here. Okay, so we missed. Didn't miss the second time. Okay. Now we can do some searching here. Huh. Okay. I think that thing is bugged. I don't think it just has to be made, or, martial damage to remove that curse. I think it can be spell damage and that sort of stuff as well. So that was a little bit iffy. Mind. Okay, so we have a longbow that I think we'll just pick up all of these things. We don't need the Whispering Mask. Studded leather armor is really good. A light armor. We'll pick it up for now. Again, I don't think it matters to Will. Okay. We have a waterfall here, which we're going to go through
Time to press ahead.
here in a minute. But holding Alt, you can see that we have some camp supplies over here. And we do have some searching that we can do.
Let's have a...
Okay, so a warhammer. Again, some more studded leather armor. Wow, was I really that close to being encumbered? And we'll give both of these over to Shadowheart then. We'll send those off to camp. Okay, we can search back here. Faded note. Okay, this is all about the masks and the enthrallment that Auntie Ethel puts them under. And a club, some leather armor, and a studded shield. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is we are going to take a long rest. We want to be completely rested up. Actually, I think we'll take a short rest for now, and then we'll take a long rest once we get into things down here. Okay, so we're going to toggle the group here, and this is now going to be interesting. I'm going to take a Starian in here.
Everything looks new.
Jump him across here. Gonna get an autosave. And you have these nauseous fumes here. You need to get rid of them. If you don't want to walk through them, so you have to ignite them, is basically what it comes down to. So, I don't know... because he has a bunch of alchemist fire. Okay. So I'm gonna jump him back over here. Wait for this fire to go out. Okay, I'm gonna cast guidance.
Maya, towards you.
We're going to slowly start moving around. Here. And you can see that we have more noxious fumes down here. If you ignite this, it's going to destroy the ladder. But you do have other ways to get down here. So it's not like it's a huge deal that you're going to do it. But we'll follow over this way. Okay. You see, there are some traps here. This is why you want him to have guidance on, because you want to be able to get rid of these. You can see that they're basically fire flowers. And they will ignite these noxious fumes areas. So they act as a trap to help ignite these things. So even if you do have poison resistance or something like that, it's still going to cause you some problems. So we'll throw another one down here, and you'll see this ladder will get destroyed. Doesn't matter, because there are other ways to get down there. Okay, and you see we have some roots, so we can climb down here. And at this point, I'm just going to click to use these, because when you get down here, there's another flower right there. So I'm going to get rid of this one. I'll move over here and see if I can shoot this one. Okay. And I am going to recast guidance on myself. Okay. Now we're really getting down into the depths of things here. Okay, so we're going to again click on these roots, so it just takes you right down to the bottom, because there's another one of them there.
Someone's left a trap out for us.
Okay. Going to hide here. I don't think I need to. I'm going to throw another alchemist fire over here.
Be very, very quiet.
Okay, you do not want to go into that room.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
Okay, so guidance is worn off, so I'm going to cast it again.
Forced you. Traps. How considerate.
Okay. And you can see that now we are back up here to this area that had the ladder in it. Here. You can see there are multiple ways to get here. You don't need the ladder to do it.
Let's move.
Now, over here, there's another door here. You can jump up here. Just not with Astarion. It's too high for him to get here, I believe. Yeah, too high for him to get up there, but you can jump up there with a high-strength character. It leads you into an area that you're going to be getting into anyway. But it's another way to enter the Underdark up there. So, something to keep in mind. But for me, like I say, not going to be useful because I plan on entering the Underdark from a different direction. I don't think there are any flowers down here. No, I just want to be on the safe side. Okay, now I'm going to head back up because I'm going to go take a long rest up here. What was that? Okay. I'm going to make my way here, and now I'm going to bring everybody else through here.
I wonder if the gods are watching me.
Defender of the people.
Okay, so now I can group everybody up, and I'm going to take a long rest here. Okay. Interesting. Fine. Okay. So I will make my way back out and long rest. Wonder if I can do it in here. I don't think I can, but yeah. Okay. That's not a problem. Whoops. This way. Once we get out here through the door again.
Don't waste a step.
Don't look. Don't. Stop. Please. Please.
I don't think you can probably do anything in here either. So we'll just continue on up where we were. We'll leave this little area.
Don't look.
And we'll long rest outside. Yes. We definitely want a long rest. To get ready for Auntie Ethel's fight. So Astarion wants to see us. That's not unexpected because of the encounter with
I was
Gandrel.
just thinking about you and that delicious moment we shared the other night. The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told, you were my first. In all these years, I've only ever fed on beasts. Drinking the blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely. You were delectable. And now I can't help but wonder how the others taste. Alas, it doesn't hurt to ponder the question, though. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Gith, what in the hells would she taste like? Oh, well, that sounds very appealing. I'm almost convinced. Absolutely. A mere thought experiment. So, in the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be? Oh, I'm flattered. Who knew you had such taste? Unfortunately, all this talk is getting me hungry. I better find something I can actually sink my teeth into. There's nothing that tasty lurking out in the woods, but I'll make do. Sweet dreams.
Okay.
How can I help?
Okay, nothing new from Gale here.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Okay, nothing new from Shadowheart.
Well met.
Or will...
Speak.
Or Lazel. So, nothing to do here, but grab our camp supplies. So, this is 35. Anything that's worth 5. Split the bagels. That's 40. Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
So we have some camp supplies in our inventory, so we'll want to make sure we get rid of those. Okay, so let's go into our inventory. There's one of those camp supplies. Where are the others? There's one. Ah, yes, and the gruel. But the gruel gives us healing, so that's why we're keeping it around. So, definitely going to get Will his mage armor. And you definitely want to make sure that Will has the Rain Dancer equipped. We will see why once we get this started. So now let's go down and let's finish this up by getting into a fight. And see if we can get really, really lucky. Okay. We're going to come through here, walk through the door.
Please. Please.
Make our way over here and jump across the waterfall again. Then we can all make our way safely down to the bottom now.
Light on my feet.
Just kind of get down here and wait for everybody to group back up. Okay. Alright, and now you are definitely going to want to put everybody in hide mode as we go into this room. We should get an autosave, but I'm going to save anyway. Okay, and you can see a detection cone. Okay, so let's kind of take a look at what's around here. So you can see that Marina is up here inside this cage.
Leave me here!
There's something in this area that we can't see yet that has a detection cone, and that is Auntie Ethel. She's down here. Now, Auntie Ethel has some rather interesting combat mechanics. And that's why we're going to take Will.
There, in the cage.
Enough! Don't do this!
We're going to move him down this way. Get him up here. Camera bugged out. We're bugged out again. Okay. So he's hidden. We want him there. Then we're going to bring our imp down here and put him in a different location.
Enough! Don't do this! Leave me here!
Okay.
Shall we?
We're going to take Astarion and move him kind of into a centralized location up here.
Silent as the grave.
And then Shadowheart, it doesn't matter as much.
Enough! Don't do this!
But we'll go ahead and bring her up here in this same location. Kind of separate from Astarion. Now we're going to go in here and trigger this thing. That was really nice.
Stop it! All of you!
So let's get rid of all of that.
Enough! Don't
Oh,
do this!
that was stupid. We're going to keep getting poisoned here. That one was the one that had the weird skin on it. I do want to be full health before I go in. Okay.
Stop it! All of you!
Alright, now we're gonna come out of hiding and we're gonna move into this area.
Enough!
And start this off.
You come to my home, interfere in my business, and now have the gall to face me in the heart of my lair. You petulant bollocks! I'll rip your spine out your asshole! I'll use your blood to spice my stew! I'll keep you alive until I've sucked the marrow from your bones. And then I'll bring you back and do it all over again.
Oh, she can talk the talk.
Please!
Alright. So, nobody's in combat except for my Barbarian and the Imp. Now, what's going to happen here is that she is going to light this cage on fire. And it's going to start burning, and it's going to have a countdown timer, basically, to when this cage runs out of health and Mayrina falls to her death. So you need to be able to put those flames out during the combat. Because even after you kill her, it stays on fire, and you're now no longer turn-based, so it just... she drops into the void after that anyway. So That's what Gale is going to be, or Will is going to be doing with his rain dancer. You're going to create water to put this out. Why can you not create water from up there?
Stop it! All of you!
That's so weird. Okay. So we want to get Will into a position where he's going to be able to put that fire out. And I guess that means bringing him down here. Can he do it from here? Yes, he can. Yeah, he can do it from here. Okay. So was he able to cast Eldritch Blast from there? No, he's not. Can he move up a little bit and cast it? Yes, he can. Okay. So we'll leave him right there. And we now have some options here on how we want to initiate things. So he's close enough to be able to get... Oh. Because... Oh, I see. Just need to move him up a little bit. Why? Oh, target's obscured. Okay. So I can handle that by getting Shadowheart into combat here with a no need to hold back. So we're going to get a level 2 guiding bolt out. Okay, that puts her into combat. And now Astarion can get off. She's no longer... Is the target obscured?
Watching and waiting.
Okay, well, I mean, we can deal with that. I do have the Dancing Lights cantrip here.
Stop it! All of you!
Fiat Lux.
Okay. So now Astarion should be able to get off a sneak attack. Yes. Okay, that puts him into attack, and now my Barbarian is going to rage, or going to frenzy. Okay, he's going to want to dash. To get down here. And I think he might not have wanted to do that. And now quickly we're going to have Will cast Eldritch Blast. Okay, so now everybody's in turn-based combat. And we'll end the turn. Now, Auntie Ethel's down half of her hit points already. But she's got a really interesting combat mechanic, which you're going to see here in a second.
You want the girl so bad. Fine.
Okay. Alright, so she has created these sisters, okay, due to this hag's trickery, right? And only one of them is really her. However, you can see on the mini-map which one is hers. They still haven't fixed that. it used to be that if there was an effect, like Guiding Bolt was on her, Guiding Bolt would show up on only the image that was her. But here, we can see the real one on the mini-map here. So, what you need to do, as soon as you cause damage to one of them, they disappear. And we're going to want to do this, since my imp's up, we're going to want them to do it here. That's this one here, which is good. Okay, see, that one disappears. That's not the real one. We know the real one's right here. Okay. So we're going to fly over here. Actually, we won't. The next one to act is going to be this one up here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so we're going to leave the imp right where it is.
That girl hasn't got long.
Okay, so now Starian can act against this one here. Okay, must have advantage. I don't think any of the detection cones are going to reach, and this one's turned away, so let's try and hide now. Okay, we can. Now we should be able to get off a sneak attack here. Okay. And now we're going to move him back into here. You can see that the burning cage has already taken a bunch of damage. Okay. Now we are definitely going to dash. Right? We're going to move up
with haste
here.
Please, please, please.
So we're going to jump. I don't think we can... Oh, we can reach. Okay, good. Okay, so now we will just try a... We can jump as this class action here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. And actually that wasn't the real one, this is the real one. So now we're going to do a frenzied strike here. Okay, we missed, but we still did 3 points of damage. And now Auntie Ethel's going to get her turn. Okay, so now we need to put out this fire here. So we're going to cast Create Water up here. See, that puts the fire out, so it ends that negative timer. And now we are going to Hex here with our bonus action. And we're going to Hex with Strength, I think.
Enough! Don't do
Okay.
this.
That will end his turn.
Leave me here.
Alright. We're going to again leave the imp where it is because I think we're probably going to get another round of the hag's trickery. And we want people spread around a little bit to be able to hit hags in multiple turns, or in the same turn. So we're going to leave him up here, but we're going to move him down here a little bit just to give him the option that if it spawns up here, he can attack it or he can go attack something else.
Can't give up.
Okay, so now as far as Shadowheart goes, I don't think any of that over there is within range of a bless. Oh, it is. Target's too far, it says. Yeah. too far for her to get over there. So let's see if she can jump down here
Don't do this.
and maybe move around to get into range. So can she cast Bless from here? Not enough movement.
Leave me here.
Let's get her over to here. See if we can get one close enough. Ooh, we might be able to. Okay, good. We got a Bless onto our Barbarian, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay. Now, Astarion, I don't think from here can get has any range. Yeah, so the target's outside normal range. That's his disadvantage here. And I don't think he's going to... Well, I can get him closer, but again, I don't want to get people out of position too much, because if they spawn a hag up here... but the damage output that he can do is just way too much, so... Let's use a bonus action to dash. We'll move him up here. See if he's now within range. He's still not. Still not. Okay. Oh, target's obscured. That's why. So let's move ourselves. Well, let's just take a standard range shot here. And let's move him back up here. Okay. Then we're going to hide. That'll end that turn. And now here, we need to go all in here. So our reckless attack is going to give us a 70% chance to hit. We missed, of course. Frenzied strike. Alright, good deal. So now Auntie Ethel's going to get her turn. Alright. So the hags are out. And now Will has a great opportunity here. To utilize Scorching Ray. Only 36% chances to hit. I think that's probably the only ones he can hit. Oh, he's got a 25% chance to hit here. But might as well try. Okay, so we got one. He got two. Okay. So his turn's ended. Okay, so see if this imp can get an attack here. Oh, great.
Let's finish this.
Okay. So I've got one here. But where are they? One here. Where's the other one at? I'm looking to see. She went invisible or something? So I need to kill one.
Stop it! All of you!
Don't think she can reach that one over there. I think the only one she can really reach is this one. So a 49% chance with that. 55% chance with this. Her ranged attacks got 42%. Okay, so that removed another one. I don't know where the other hag is. There are 2 left. I see that one. I don't see this one. I'm wondering what I'm missing.
Stop it! All of you!
Okay, I can get some healing over here.
Take your...
I'll end the turn. Now, Astarion has a chance here.
Enough! Don't do this!
Okay, so the question is whether or not he's going to be able to hide there. Don't know if he's going to be able to. So, let's dash just to get his movement.
Leave me here!
We'll move him over here. We'll try and hide.
On the hunt.
Good deal. Just target obscured again. Okay. We got advantage due to hiding anyway. Alright, so wherever she is, there she is. Alright, good. So now we know where she is. So hopefully we can end this right here.
Don't do this!
Still got lightning charges. I still got bless. So let's see if we can get a 70% chance to hit here. Actually, let's jump in there.
Leave me here!
No. Jump is going to take my bonus action. So let's try and get this all in here and see if we can do it. Outstanding. Okay. That's actually not what I wanted to do. I completely forgot. I completely forgot. Oh well, I'm not going to go back and redo it. What you're supposed to do is get Ethel within 10 hit points of being dead. Once she gets within 10, her health drops to below 10 hit points and her turn comes around, she will surrender to you and it will start a dialogue. And you have a chance of getting a really nice item that is sometimes bugged. Through some dialogue options. And you have to make some checks to get it. But if you do, it gives you a way to increase one of your stat points by +1. And that would, whoever you give it to, you can pick whichever stat point you want to increase by +1. Now, I wouldn't do anything for my Barbarian, but I do have will that would enable me to take his Constitution or his Intelligence up and get +3 or +4. Wouldn't do anything for Shadowheart. Astarion, I could take either his Wisdom or his Intelligence up to grant saving throws, but it would probably go to will for his Constitution to get it up to +2 or to +3. But I just messed it up, so nothing I can do. So you can just loot all of this stuff from her. It's really a bunch of stuff that she had available to her when we sold stuff to her as well. So looks like I'm going to be heavily encumbered here no matter what I do. So let me try and move some of this off. See if I can get that point. Okay, so I'm below 160. So at least I can carry this. I can move now. Just moving really slow. But what you did pick up here was we got the Tarnished Charm. So this is one of those amulets that is situationally useful, but I don't find it to be useful at all in the playthrough so far. It's something that you might keep if you get into a scenario where you know you've got somebody who's going to, as part of the combat mechanics of an encounter, you're going to get one of your characters killed or death. Then you can have this charm amulet on them, which it makes it easier to succeed on death saving throws, so they can stay there longer before you get to where you have to help them. But that's the only thing that you get out of it from her. We did get some other things here. We can throw these poisonous slime bombs and these flammable slime bombs. They're throwable items. But plus it's all the other things that we sold to her is basically what it is. So the pouch is empty, so there's nothing in it. And there's nothing else that we... Oh, I guess we got Coralon's Grace back. So we can sell it again. But that's really it. So we're going to group everybody up over here.
Get me out of here!
Need to keep going.
Let's be quick. Never a dull moment.
Defender of the people.
No one's...
Okay, and then we're going to bring Will out here. Oh, I need to go... We're going to break this group and we're going to take Shadowheart since yeah. We're going to take her up here to hit the control orb. That's going to bring this down.
Onward.
And she's going to come out and heal herself and talk to the closest person to her.
You ruined everything!
And it is Will that's talking to her, right? Oh, it's not. Okay.
Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him again. Because of you! She would have. I had everything figured out. Just a bit longer and my child would have been born. And all this would have been over. Don't judge me. I have nothing. My baby would have been raised in rags. Auntie Ethel promised to give this child a good life. Teach them magic even. More than I could have done. I always wanted to be a mother. I just never thought I'd do it alone. Now I'll have to drag Connor's coffin all the way home. It's the only way this child will ever meet their father. I hope you're happy.
Okay. So if you kill Auntie Ethel, that's the only option that you have here going through this, is that she gets upset with the whole thing. It is what it is. I mean, that's what happened. She made a deal with the hag. She does not believe that
Still breathing, despite everything.
the hag was a bad thing. She thought the hag was going to make a deal that would help her. It wouldn't have, but there's no convincing her of that right now. Okay, so what we have here is her workshop, and there's a lot of stuff holding alt that you can loot in here. And some very interesting things in here, as well as this mushroom circle back here at the back. So I think what we're going to do, though, is since we are overloaded, we are going to head back to... Actually, let's go up here and use the mushroom circle.
Interest to Gale.
Okay, because we can use it to get back in there. And we are going to head back to... That just opens up another portion of the map here. And you can see Mayrina's out here with us. And we're going to head back to Sylvanus' Grove. Because we're so overloaded, we definitely need to sell all of these items that we've picked up. And it's going to take us a while to walk back here. So, I did mess that up. I wasn't thinking about how I wanted to play this. This would be one of those times when you would definitely reload your save to go back and do it again. But I'm certainly not doing that in the live streams. Whatever happens is whatever happens, and I'm living with the decisions that I make. So for now, that is what it is, and we don't get an option to even try for the Hag's Hair item, which, like I say, is one of the best items that you can get, simply because it gives you that +1 stat increase to any stat that you want. So, would have been rather interesting to get it and give it to Astarion, but we're just gonna have to live with it. So, what I'm going to do here is probably off stream is just sell all of this stuff off. Between here and Damon down below, should have more than enough gold to be able to sell all of this stuff off, clear up my inventories, and then next live stream we'll rejoin right here, and we will fast travel back to the Teahouse and walk through it and go in the back way through that mushroom circle and get into and loot Auntie Ethel's workshop down there and see what we can do. So should be interesting, because after that we are probably looking at our map here. We'll now have cleared out all of the south, so our one remaining place to go here in the overworld is to the Goblin Camp. So that is where we are going to go next live stream. So should be a really fun time next live stream, getting into what's going on there in the Goblin Camp and learning more about the Absolute and things like that. So I think at that point I'd like to say thanks again for everyone for joining me today. Of course, without your support, none of this would be possible. So this is Commander Jorval saying, until next time, fare thee well.